Okay, everyone, good morning, and how's life today? I hope everybody's doing fine. And now we're going to go on, and I'm going to give some feedbacks dealing with your previous work, especially the body paragraph 2 and 3. And later on in different video, I will explain the last materials for this essay. Well, so now we directly jump to the first work. So let's see what Jean has done. Well, so I think Jean has performed his writing well, and this is his body paragraph 2 and 3. Let's see. Okay, so his second body paragraph. So in addition, I think it is preferable to choose living in the boarding house because it will also allow students to improve their socializing skill. So the topic sentence is improving socializing skill. Okay, so he also used a good connector or linking word. So in addition, alright, it means he has a previous idea. Well, let's see his supporting sentence. When living on their own, students will be faced with situations that will require them to constantly communicate with their surroundings, to express their opinions and needs on daily basis. This is the supporting sentence. One example, students can build relationships with strangers that happen to be their new neighbors on their boarding house area, and eventually can receive help from them when encountering problems. So this is the example sentence. So he used also the connector, one example. Okay, that's good. Meanwhile, okay, this is the connector for expressing contrast or consequence. Those who choose to live with their relatives may have lower social skills because they may think they don't necessarily need it with their relatives being there to communicate with the others instead, which ultimately will make them turn into shy persons who can't get used to talking with strangers. Okay, this is the opposite sentence. Okay, and then the concluding sentence, thus, okay, this is good, he used thus, living on their own is better because it will help them to get used to communicating with others. Okay, this is a very good paragraph. So he used topic sentence, supporting sentence, example, opposite sentence, and then a concluding paragraph. And then he also used various connectors to link his ideas to another ideas. Okay, and then let's see his last paragraph. So last but not least, his last body paragraph. Okay, this is his cohesive devices. So last but not least, to explain his last idea, living separately from the relatives would make the students train their self-discipline. So self-discipline is the topic sentence or the main idea. Without any family members to rely on, students will find it necessary to start developing new basics that will let them stay to the right track without spending on their life they used to before moving to the city. So this is supporting sentence, and this is the example, and this is open sentence, and this is the concluding sentence. Okay, I think Jean, you have done your best. Thank you. And for others, I think this can be as an example for you, so you can imitate how Jean's done his work. Okay, thank you, Jean. Now let's jump to the next work. Okay, this is Buana. Well, Buana, I think your writing is not based on the instruction or the structure that I have explained before. And then the second one, you have to here you need to write two paragraphs. So the second body paragraph and the third body paragraph, because later on we are going to discuss about conclusion. So you have to finish your body paragraph here. And here you have written down, in the other hand, I think we use in the other hand when you want to contrast the idea. So this is the beginning of the paragraph. You don't directly contrast the idea, but you need to give additional ideas. So you can say, in addition, or you can say the second reasons is, I think, staying separately from family during education is more rational choice to practice self-reliance. So practicing self-reliance is your topic sentence or main idea. Okay, and then your supporting sentence. Here you have to explain how or why. So you can say living alone in the boarding house, students, I mean, when students live in the boarding house, they can learn to manage finance, and they can also do things that are usually done by parents. Okay, and then you give example. For instance, um, students, when they live in their boarding house, they have to buy everything using their own money, so they have to manage their budget, and they have to do some housework on their own, such as cooking, cleaning, washing, and so on. And then you give opposing ideas. On the other hand, when they are living with their family, they cannot manage their finance well, because they don't buy everything they need, and they don't do the housework well, because they live with their parents or relatives. So their parents and relatives do those things. So therefore, and then you give a concluding part, therefore staying apart makes students to be able to think more wisely and be able to make their own decisions, of course accompanied by responsibilities. And then you continue with your third body paragraph, or you can say lastly, blah 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 blah. Okay, Buana, I think you need to complete your work. So this is the second body paragraph. You don't use good connectors, and then you don't sequence your sentence well. So again, you need to start from the topic sentence, supporting sentence, example, opposing sentence, and concluding sentence. Well, Buana, I think you need to fix it. Thank you. And now we jump to the Ari's work. Well, so Ari, previously I told you to minimize your body paragraph 1, and here you have done it. And then you need to also focus on one main idea, and here also you have already corrected it. So let's see your topic sentence. So the neighborhood where someone exists will affect the way they think. So this is your topic sentence. Yep. Well, and then your supporting sentence, example, opposite sentence, and concluding sentence. So, however, Ari, I think you need to minimize again your paragraph, because it is not balanced between the first paragraph and your second and third paragraph. So the quantity here is much more, meanwhile here is in normal quantity. So you need to balance between this paragraph and this paragraph, so it looks good. Well, let's see your body paragraph 2. In addition, a person's behavior can also be influenced by the environment in which he lives. So here your topic sentence, the main idea of your topic sentence is developing person's behavior. The influence of the environment contributes to the personal development. However, Ari, I think your supporting sentence needs to be elaborated more. You didn't give any reasons why the influence of the environment contributes to the person's development. You need to give more explanations. And then to illustrate, it will be a very good thing if someone who comes from a countryside learn how to adapt based on the without any interference from other ones who live in the big city. I think your example needs to be simplified as well. You can say that to illustrate those who come from countryside would learn how to adapt based on his ability without any interference from the other ones who lives in the big city. And then you contrast. On the other hand, your opposing idea also here, I think, is not dealing with the relatives. living with relatives. So you can say, on the other hand, when students live in relatives, too many influences make someone lose his identity. Okay, on the other hand, when they live in their relative's house, there will be too many influences which make them lose their identity, personality, and confidence. Thus, they, I think you don't need to use he, but they won't be himself. Therefore, the place where we live is a thing that should be highlighted. Okay, I think, and then your last body paragraph, last but not least, every person is unique. Okay, so here you are talking about the unique thing from the students. So each person has their own privacy and habits which should not disturb others. So you are talking about privacy here, yeah. Okay, for instance, each person like us has the traditions called peaceful culture. There will be a lot of awkward feeling if we live in our relative in the same house. That kind of culture could be no obstructions for us to develop ourselves. Okay, I think, yeah, not bad, but I think you need to clarify your example, and then you need to give more elaborations in your supposed sentence in your body paragraph 2. Okay, Ari, thank you. You just need to work a little bit and then you can fix them. Okay, now we directly jump to Jirana's work. Well, Jirana, this is your second body paragraph and your last body paragraph. Besides, I think it is better to stay at a relative house because it will also make the family's transitions better and get more attention than the families. So here you are talking about having more attention from the family. Yeah. When this is your topic sentence. So when living in a student's family will be faced with a situation that will require that they will be diligent to do whatever is done by family. Okay, and then your example, one example of students can build relationship with some family, establish silaturahmi to draw closer to the family. Meanwhile, those who choose to live in a boarding house, they may lack of closeness to the family, so they think it will be better to live in their own apartments than those of relatives who will eventually make it the rope between their family slowly different. Okay, therefore staying at a relative house is better because it will help students get closer. Okay, that's good. So you have improved your writings well, and then let's see your last body paragraph. I think you can start with lastly staying with relatives, so your connection here should be clear. You can say lastly or finally staying with relatives, students will feel highly disciplined. So here the main idea is highly disciplined. Okay, that's good. Having family member who can help students further develop themselves with new habits that he or she will face and so on. That is your supporting sentence, your example, your open sentence, and your concluding paragraph. Okay, that's good. However, Kirana, I think you just need to, there is some grammatical errors, so you need to find them and you need to fix them. Okay, because we have a limited time now, we directly jump to Isra's work. Okay, Isra, I think you have also fixed your writing. So starting from the introductions, body paragraph 1, 2, and 3. Well, Isra, I think your structure is already good. You just need to fix some grammatical errors. For example, here you can say as the main productivity, being economical exactly must be paid attention by students who choose for studying a different city. Okay, I think this is because students often, well, I think you and then next if you want to give example, you need to use a connector. Here we can say yeah, for example, no need to use such as, just for example, comma, line access, laboratory tools, and okay, and then here you can use another connector. On the other hand, or I can say meanwhile, or I can say however, and here your concluding paragraph, you can say so therefore does